Castle Rock Park was one of our master plans. List of the projects that are covered in Castle Rock Park's master plan. Centennial Park, this one got quite a bit of an increase. Go ahead, Corey. We added a community center in there. We pulled that community center out of what was going to be Cottonwood Park, put it into Centennial Park, realizing that that park needed more, that area of town needed more activation. Colson Park down along the river, there we've drastically cut that one back to $2 million. Now it's $3 million as of the last committee meeting. I should have changed the slide. Poly Vista, there's a group who's raising funds to try to help build a accessible playground there. Spent a lot of time and energy getting us a miracle field there. This would help expand and finish out that park's master plan. And of course, then the big one, the multi-generational rec center, touching on, has the ice facilities, has the, the swimming pool facilities, plus basketball courts, but lots of recreation for non-sports type activities, including, senior activities, party rooms, things like that. There's your project estimate there, $111 million, but we think that dropped down to $110 as we took that other $1 million and gave it to Colson Park, bringing that total to 86, which would be actually $85 million. So here's where we come to the residential property. There's we don't have the final assessment yet, or final numbers, so there's some estimations in there, but it's basically about $50 per $100,000 worth of assessed value. So your average median home right now is $307,000, which gives you the $153 per year on the median value home. So last time when we were here, we had some questions on how some of these projects, how this was all going to come together. And construction management seemed to be one of the areas of concern. And I want to tell you, we thought long and hard about this, it's a team approach. It's not just going to be the Parks Department. It'll be other portions of the city, from administration to Public Works, all working together, banding together with, consultants, paid consultants. This is a model that we use in other portions. It's the model we're using for the new city hall. City administration and facilities are working together. They actually ask parks to come in with them, and we help design some landscape for that. So we do that as a team approach. The West End Reservoir is actually being done as a team approach. They've hired in outside consultants there, and they've actually asked parks to come inside and help with that too, to, help design and maintain the recreation space there. So, also the decisions that are going to be made as to what projects get funded out of each one of those master plans, because none of them are complete build out, then we would go to these community steering committees working closely with the team to decide which projects in those master plans should be funded. So then a timeline, that was kind of another question that was asked. How are we going to get these done? What is it going to look like? The first thing we got to do is design. As everybody knows, master plans are just that. They're a concept. They're a master plan. There's not really a design there. So the first thing we have to do is go out and get designs. And then that starts allowing us to narrow down how much each one of these parks is going to cost, what the amenities are going to cost, and we can narrow down which ones are going to have money to be built. We're looking at quick wins. The community's paying out this money. We want to get some quick wins. Stagecoach Trail is one of those. It's right there. It's ready to go. We just need to get the funding sources. The other idea is to group like projects. So if there's a loop trail in Castle Rock Park and there's a loop trail in Poly Vista Park, get a contractor that is on board to do both of those projects. Then that way we can group like projects, get better pricing, and also roll construction faster. Also, using multiple contractors on each site. So on a site. So maybe there's somebody there building a rec center or a community center, and then also somebody over there building the pickleball courts. That allows us to speed this process up, narrows that timeline. The zip line is actually from Castle Rock Park. You might notice that one. Corey's going to speak to us about activating these spaces.
Thank you, Mike. Good evening, Mayor and Council. As Mike was talking and as these amenities